Okay, so this video is going to be about Gemini, woman, man, and how to attract them. Um, so here we go. Gemini. Okay, so the Gemini woman might put a spell on you once you see her. When she becomes deeply involved or married, she will be as much friendly feeling as heavy breathing passion. Most men have a hard time figuring out a Gemini woman. All you have to do is keep her dual mind in nature. There is a part of her that needs to love, that needs love and security, to be cuddled, to be catered to, looked after, made to feel like she is the most important woman in the world. But the strong part of her nature needs stimulation and novelty. She is sexual, high-spirited, and a pleasure-loving woman. Half the men that she meets are not worth her effort because they are too dull. She is looking for an interesting man, but if an affair loses zest, she looks for the escape hatch. When love does go out the window, she does not waste time thinking about it, for what is in the past is in the past, and she moves forward. She knows that in order to fall in love again, she must forget having been in love before. She experiences sexual desire in her mind before it becomes a reality. She has an endless desire for sex and sexual curiosity and a willingness to experiment. She emphasizes more on the physical response than the emotional, and do not think that she doesn't have any emotion. She has a lot of deep feelings, but she lives primarily in the mind and logic. So she has a difficult time expressing and processing emotion. And she might do it intellectually instead of like feeling it, or just kind of like letting it be. She will also commit herself. She won't commit herself too deeply or reveal herself too openly in the beginning. Gemini woman is restless and changeable and is often not satisfied with just one man. To fill all her needs, you have to satisfy her on mental, emotional, and a sexual level. A variety is the name of her game. You must be a composite man who can interest her on both a sexual and mental level. If you can, she'll be your devoted companion, faithful lover, and all seasons charmer. You can almost be sure of her. Underneath her variety of masks, there is a solid and enduring person who shows her real face when she is in love. Then she may become quite possessive and is even inclined to be jealous. It is a rare lover who can deceive her and get away with it. When it comes to man, Gemini man will be your best date, for he is quick-witted, charming, and interesting in his companion, generous and imaginative about places to go and things to see. A date with him is like an entertainment that never ends. Women are drawn to this guy like bees are to honey or moths are to a light because of his vivacity and zest for a living. Most of these women are just briefly in his life. It won't do any good to try and pin him down. Gemini man loves women, which is one of his secrets of success with them. He truly tries to understand them. The part that they probably don't like, though, is that most of them are just in his life briefly. And Gemini man is interested in what women have to say, how their minds work, and what can be learned from them. But he needs his daily requirement of fun, and when the fun leaves the relationship, so does he. So ladies, once you start enjoying this guy, he is gone like the wind. Not all the time. If you can keep that fun, just remember that. Gemini man feels uneasy by too much emotion. Sex is great and all, but love is terminal in his mind. Oddly, he involves himself with very emotional women. So the women that are dramatic and feel and express their emotions intrigues and fascinates Gemini man. It is if he is trying to understand the emotion and expression within himself. Gemini man is the master of the art of seduction. Many women begin as friends with a Gemini man, and he is nice, seemingly unaggressive and intellectual, just to somehow find themselves in bed with him. And they don't really know how it all happened. As a lover, he is imaginative and fully committed. His attention is always partly occupied elsewhere. A romance will prove intriguing and exciting, but may not survive the rough spots. All in all, he is fascinating to know. Now, the attraction. For one, you can always tell when you're around a Gemini because they'll be moving their hands and they'll be darting place to place. So that's the Gemini energy. Gemini's interests are wide rather than deep. They know a little about everything, but not much about one thing. If you know one thing well, then you will impress them. They are also curious like a cat. Geminis will give you an IQ test and even let you choose the topic because Gemini has read about them all from politics to art. Don't be conservative or conformist because this is very dull to Gemini. But do speak your mind freely because Gemini admires free thought and expression. And when I say Gemini, this is going for male and female right now. Don't try and match wits with them unless you have the verbal ammunition. Gemini knows how to use words as weapons. And Geminis love an intellectual conversation and even gossip. Geminis love to laugh, so bring some good jokes. They possibly will make you laugh too. Gifts are great gifts for Geminis are bracelet rings, books, word games, puzzles, and video games. Geminis are deeply sensitive and need to have people around who they trust. Never give them a reason that you are playing them fast or loose. Don't be suspicious of them because nothing distresses Gemini more than to have their motives distrusted. And a secret about Gemini women is that they love their hands to be kissed. Alright. Sorry I didn't post one on, Thursday. I had been really busy this week. And things may change up a little bit. I don't quite know when I'm going to post my next video. I'm hoping it'll be Wednesday. And the main reason is I start school on Tuesday. So I'm going to be doing a little adjustment to my schedules. So I will let you, so I don't know exactly when my new videos are going to come out. I kind of fill it out when my schedule changes. So I guess just check back. I got one more Gemini video left to go. And then I'm going to be jumping back into the Carl Jung book that I showed you on the last go-round. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Everybody have a wonderful day, positive life, don't worry too much about the coronavirus, and peace out.